Drop dimes, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done.
Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake side step, I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best, snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play, hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way, no look behind the back. Fred in the scene, every angle, every shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Passes, dish it, through traffic. We find.
What is up, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in to Passion and Precision. We are back for another week. Got a lot to get into, but gotta go through, introduce the co-hosts. Right below me, got Key. Key, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. It's Friday. I thought today would never end. The work week is over. Let's get into it.
Okay. What's going on, Gene? Appreciate you.
Good.
At the bottom, you already know. Here for the rants. She's unhinged, as it says on her name tag there. Jori, how are you doing tonight?
This week, I've been feeling pretty scrappy.
Okay.
So, we're in for a treat. I got a lot to say. A lot's happened. Starting with Sunday.
Oh. Yeah, no, we don't work the weekends.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting week here on the show in the NFL. But, Jori's team, my team are playing. So next week, you'll probably get an idea based on how the game went, how each of us will come into the show. But look, tonight, we got a lot. We're going to do, Jori and I will do our Foxborough Files and Music City Blitz, see what we think about each other's team and keys to the game. You got Key with Bird's Eye View. We're also going to have another edition of the Precision Index. There has been some movement since the last one.
We'll
talk about that. There's been actually a lot of movement. And then with the NBA season starting, we're going to do some predictions. Some bold. Actually, they're all kind of bold. So we'd love to hear from you all about anything we talk about. If you have predictions for the season, you can drop that in the chat. All that good stuff. What's going on, Kerm? Appreciate you coming through. So let's go ahead and get started with A'ja Wilson and the Aces. Mid-season, people were worried about what's going on in Vegas. All they do is get to the finals and sweep the Mercury. So, the dynasty lives on. They've won back-to-back titles now. A'ja Wilson is now in conversations about being the best women's player ever, the GOAT. And those conversations will continue, obviously, because her career is still going, and, there are some people holding on to some other players. But I guess we'll start with you, Key. Watching the series, just how good is this group? How good is A'ja Wilson? And obviously, got to give some credit to Phoenix because they did make it there as well. But what made the Aces so tough for the Mercury?
So starting off going way back in the regular season, this team didn't think they was even going to get in this position. I was like, oh snap, they really is missing Kelsey Plum. They get Drew Lloyd in a trade, which I think that was a barely even trade. I mean, you getting Drew Lloyd and Kelsey Plum, same player. Like, I feel like they both are the same player, so it's not like you're losing anything. You had Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, you had A'ja Wilson. You really didn't have any other, bigs that can help with the rebounds. So they did lose some games, and I was like, oh no, what is going on with this Aces? This is not the Aces team that I know. And then they traded for Nalissa Smith, which was an upgrade. She can get you 10 points here and there, but she was good defensively. She got those rebounds when needed. She did a lot of the cleanup work. She was physical down low. And what they did was they moved Drew Lloyd to the bench.
Yeah.
That was the dagger right there. They finally figured out what worked. After they lost 53 points, something clicked. I don't know what was said. I don't know what Becky did. I don't know if it was a players only meeting. I don't know what happened, but they snapped. For the longest, Nafisa Collier was MVP till she got hurt. Asia took over. 30 plus points every night, putting the team on her back. Lloyd and Gray, Autumn, Jackie Young, they all started to gel, and it was a wrap from there. And then this is where we at. Four-time MVP, co-defensive player of the year, 3-time WNBA champ, and she's not done.
Right.
She's not done. I can see her getting at least 2 more chips, at least 2 more MVPs. She's going to set records. I believe at the end of the day, she's going to pass Tarazi on that all-time scoring list.
Yep.
Yeah.
And shout out to Dana Evans, because that game 1. Usually when you have people who go on title runs like that, they have one game where one random player just plays extremely well. Dana Evans did that. And I love me some her. The Chicago Sky were stupid to let her go. Just dumb. Like, the Skies ran stupidly too. So there's that. There's the answer to that question.
True.
That's why they dysfunctional now.
Yeah.
Granted,
I mean, go ahead. You know,
the Mercury had moments where they could have turned it around a little bit, but then, like you said, Asia Wilson, the Aces went on a pretty much a 20-something game winning streak since then. She snapped. Everybody else magically just figured out, okay, we need to make this work. We are a championship roster. I don't know what snapped. I don't know what, like you said, I don't know what Hammond said. I don't know what Asia did or whatever. But it was lovely to see. Now people are going to start getting tired of them and they're about to feel that, but
gotta stop them.
Gotta stop
period.
Exactly. No, I just think like we hear it all the time in the NBA. You know, championship teams can just flip that switch. Some teams, you know, act like they can do it and then try to do it and just they don't have anything left in the tank. That's what the Aces did. They played, I guess we'll say mediocre to their standards about halfway through the season, and then they probably realized, like, look, the team's good enough. Let's turn it on. And when they turn it on, they are just relentless. And, you know, Asia Wilson is one of the hardest players to guard in the league. Like, she can get you mid-range. She can get you at the rim. We even saw a few times she'd pop a 3 on you. And she's just a 3-level scorer. Like, that's tough. You know, Jackie Young was her running mate most of the year. They were the highest scoring duo. When they needed them the most, those two pulled that team and got them to the promised land. And for Phoenix, look, great season for them. Yeah, they got swept, but, you know, they should be proud of what they did this year. I mean, it'll be interesting to see, you know, Bonner another year older, Thomas another year older. If they, you know, how do they keep this team together? You know, can they improve it anyway? Like, they have definitely the foundation to be a championship team. Just that the Aces are just that tough. It's going to take a lot to beat them. I think Asia Wilson is technically a free agent. I feel like I don't see her going anywhere. But
yeah, no, I don't see her going nowhere.
Right. But now that we're into the off season, what would you say?
They're beyond stupid if they don't sign her.
Exactly. I feel like the only way would be if she actually just wants to go somewhere else.
Right. I mean, I can't say I wouldn't blame her, like if she wanted to have another like scenery, but I think she's so accustomed in Vegas. I don't think she's going nowhere.
Right.
Mm.
Right. I agree. But now the the negotiations, CBA, all that come into picture. Because now with the heat that this league has, with what's coming down the line from the college ranks and everything, I think a work stoppage would be detrimental to this league. So they have to figure out a way to come to some type of agreement, even if it's not some long-term thing, but at least something in place that they can continue operations for like next year while still negotiating some stuff, because they'll probably have the most fans they have right now after this finals and everything. You don't want to now turn around, get into some nasty negotiations, and have people turn you off and maybe not come back. I think there's now pressure on both the league and the players to figure out something. I'm sure you guys could agree with that.
Mhm.
Yep, because this draft class coming out next year. Oh boy, I already seen a mock draft already, and if this comes true,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, they got Lauren Betts going to Dallas, which they need a big man. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at. I'm not mad at Lauren Betts going with Paige Beckers and Enrique. I'm not mad at that. That's a big three right there. Then they got believe Az Fudd and Kiki Rice to Seattle, bruh.
Yeah.
And Flage to Chicago. That's the guard they need to pair her back up with Angel and Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
Haley
is gonna
Van
be one entertaining team right
And
there.
and Haley Van Lith, that's the LSU squad plus Camilla.
I want a reality show in Chicago.
I mean, look, we got Angel out here walking runways and stuff. Like,
Which she looked very nice, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, look, shout out to her building her brand off the court. I know some people who are detractors talk about, work on your game and all this kind of stuff. Like, okay, she's living her best life right now.
Maybe she needs a break from basketball right after the season.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
Right.
Yeah.
We see male athletes talk about that. Why can't she do it? What is the issue?
It's only because of who it is.
Yeah.
Like, we already know. But, okay.
Also, he had Olivia Miles going to Minnesota. That would be crazy too.
Yeah, that's on like this momentum and the like meteoric rise that the league is on, because now the new like NBA package and everything for the WNBA, like they'll probably get even more exposure. They got to come to some type of agreement. Like they cannot mess this up right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the expansion teams coming in, so that's even more excitement you're bringing. Like come on.
Yeah, Toronto and Portland. Yep. All I just want them to do is possibly add 2 roster spots to each team, because there's no way you got all this talent and they come through the draft and then they go through training camp and get cut.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have to do something about that, because that was wild this past year. First round picks getting cut. You can't have that be a trend. So
They're not
also, John,
willing to
I just see
talk to
something.
That's the issue.
Yeah, and I saw some quote from one of the owners, like, well, some owner was talking about how like some of the other owners are looking at the whole Collier Kathy thing and are like, we feel like we obviously want to fire her, but after kind of the exposure from Collier, they're almost like, is now the time to do it or something like that. And I'm like, look, if you have somebody in waiting that can help grow the brand and not, I'm not going to say Kathy's an embarrassment or anything like that, but not bring the kind of energy that she does to it, move around and get them in. This is the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I obviously don't want
Everybody
to.
is asking you to do it. Literally
Yeah,
everybody. So don't worry about backlash. Pull the
right.
trigger.
Yes. Because right now you just need somebody in there that the players can trust to have their back and do what's right for them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go on. Brian Branch. Look, it's a Lions team. We know Dan Campbell, Mr. Bite Your Kneecaps, and all that. So it's not surprising something like this happens. It's not surprising it happened to Juju Smith-Schuster. You
Why
know
do people
Juju?
want to whoop his ass all the time?
I think,
It's
I,
this.
yeah, he
It's
talks a lot.
this.
He absolutely does talk a lot. And then it's the Instagram, like people probably just look at him like you the last one who need to be talking.
Mind you, he did that TikTok and got clocked in Pittsburgh. He didn't do that
I
no
remember
more.
that. He deserved
Yeah.
that. He 100% deserved that.
I mean, he got a rock.
Yeah. So it's probably fitting that he is the person that did, cause this. But Branch obviously was disciplined, suspended a game. Dan Campbell came out and said, I don't stand for what Branch did. He even said he apologized to the Chiefs team for it and everything like that. So no Branch this weekend. Okay. Are we okay with it being just a 1-game suspension, or were you expecting more?
I kind of thought they went a little lenient on him, but
Okay.
they didn't. But the NFL, where they were lenient on a suspension, they went on a one man hit charade with the videos and stuff that they put out about him.
I
So that
seen
was
that.
also a part of it, and they ended up
Mm-hmm.
deleting it because people were getting on them about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, that was so distasteful.
Yeah.
Who okayed that?
Subsiding.
And the thing is, he was getting Juju back for an illegal block.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all couldn't have took this into the tunnel?
He
True.
was like, "No, we're gonna do this right here."
Got to do the NBA style. Those kill me in the NBA. Players get ejected and they look at each other like, meet me in the tunnel. I always laugh at that. Because we know most players aren't really fighters. They just like to put it on for the camera and everything like that. But if it comes down to it, a lot of these
No,
people don't
the
know how
NBA,
to.
NBA players are soft. If he really
Yeah.
wanted to do that, he could have just did that in the tunnel.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Um, Draymond Green, yeah, Draymond does get away with a lot.
He gets away with bloody murder.
Yes. I don't
And got
know
the
how
nerve
he
to
does
sit
it.
there and scream and whine and at the refs all the time. Man, stop it.
Right. I mean, Key, 1 game enough for you? You think it would be more?
I mean, I guess you can do one. Maybe if Dan Campbell wants to discipline him, the Lions can discipline him, or maybe not start him, or something like that. But I already knew the NFL was going to give him 1 game. Now, if he hurt somebody, I think it would have been more.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Mahomes got hurt, or
Mahomes got hurt.
because he did go over there, or somebody got hurt. Then yeah.
I thought Juju was bleeding.
Yeah, he was bleeding his nose, but I don't think it was like injury.
Oh.
Yeah, that might have been just from like the helmet coming off and like brushing up against his nose.
That picture is so flattering. You really know how to do it, Kyle.
I searched the free internet and found a great picture of it. So,
like, come on, Mr. Branch. I know Nick Saban didn't have you do this.
And he was like, "Oh, well, I'm just not gonna get keep going to get bullied." I understand, you got to
I get
stand up
that.
to this. I get it, but you couldn't, man. Not like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I applaud Amon Ra for standing up for his teammate in the media.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, yeah, so it's a game. We'll see how Branch comes back from it. I believe they have their game, then the bye. So it'll actually be a couple
That's
weeks.
why it was only one game.
Right, and I think Branch's appeal was, I guess he wanted to play the game before the bye and then maybe serve it after the bye or whatever. But yeah,
Not how that works, sir.
right,
Not how that works. You go to jail. You don't say, "Oh, judge, can I not go this day? You can arrest me tomorrow. Get out of here." Or put me in jail tomorrow, or do my sentence tomorrow. Let me miss this day. That don't work. It don't work that way.
You
when
know,
you said that, that reminded me of the Chappelle Show skit.
no, people actually, if you watch Law and Crime Network, people actually try that.
Yeah,
They be crying to the judge, "Can I get one more day? I need to get this taken care of. I'll turn myself in." I'm like, where is that gonna get you?
You can't negotiate you were too late for that.
yeah.
And they be on their last strike too, talking about, "Let me get one more day." No, you
No,
are done.
you had your one more day and you effed it up when you did that
Right.
stupid ish.
Yep. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Russell Westbrook is a Sacramento King. I was a little surprised that was the team that picked him up, but hey, Russ has a job. Cool. Westbrook is one of those players that you love his motor, and then you scratch your head with some of his decision making, and you just have to live with it. So now that he's in Sacramento, Sacramento's a group that has really fallen off since it seemed like there was some hope with the light, the beam, everything. They've fallen off. Aaron Fox is no longer there. Sabonis is still in Sacramento, and it seems like they've been trying to pair him up with somebody else. They brought in the old guard and Levine and DeRozan, and it's just like now you have Russ. So what are we expecting? What are we expecting from Russ in Sacramento?
Does he start? I don't know. He does. I mean, I've seen a potential start lineup, so it'll be Levine, Sabonis, DeRozan, Keegan Murray.
They just gave big money
They
to.
just gave him big money. I think you have to bring Russ off the bench. I don't think you start Russ.
I think he does absolutely nothing. He's a veteran.
Yeah, Schroeder, right?
I think Schroeder's gonna be the starting point guard.
Yeah, so Russ coming off the bench. Yep.
Yeah. But I'll just say that he got paid. So shout out to Keegan there.
I'm as sad as it is, Benny. I'm gonna have to agree with you. As much as I would love Russell Westbrook to get a chip, he's going to be like AI. Will never win one, but he was great at what he did.
That's because he's a ball hog, and he's always been one.
Yeah. It was just like, along with AI, because AI I feel like was a guy who probably universally people are rooted for to win, even if you weren't a Sixers fan, just because smaller guard who played tough, went in the lane, took a lot of punishment. Russ, I feel like people rooted for because, like I said, he's on the court. You don't have to worry about him giving effort. He goes a million miles an hour all the time. Like I said, it's those moments where a team will leave him wide open on the wing for a three, and the whole arena shouting, "Don't shoot it." You're sitting at home like, Russ, don't do this.
Right. You see this face, like, no, you like, oh my God, he's not about to shoot up what I think he did. Russ, pass the ball. Russ, no.
You can see it in his face when he finna shoot a stupid shot. I'm like, no.
Just like the what was it? I think we'll win one. It just won't be. Hopefully, you'll be around to see it. This is like the Denver game, the playoff game when Jokic scored 60 points. I was like, that was a waste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you had his decision making. Like, he's very tenacious. He's very tough. He's gonna always put in 100% effort. But sometimes he makes decisions where you really question what goes on in between his ears.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you that? Pass it.
Yeah.
You are. The game is aged kind of. It's starting to age Russ out, and it's showing its ugly face. Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, so looks like we got what? Sixers fans in the chat. Got a Suns fan. Okay. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. It's I don't know if maybe Russ came in the wrong era. Because if Russ was like early 90s, I don't know. Maybe his career would have gone a little differently. But in today, 2025, yeah, a point guard that can't necessarily spread the floor is kind of a dying breed. Like Russ will shoot a mid range. He'll do that.
Miss an
That was
open layup.
like his greatest move was like he'd come down 100 miles an hour, stop on a dime, and knock in that little mid range shot. But then he knock in a couple of those and go, I'm gonna be Steph Curry for the next quarter, and you just be like, how do you do this?
Or he missed an easy layup. How are you missing layups, Russ?
Right. It always seemed like he was kind of an easy guy to get into his head, especially if he was missing shots. Like he would get all emotional. He'd commit like that dumb take foul, like in the backcourt, and you just be like, why do you do this?
And
then you
all
look
you
around,
can do is sit there and roll your eyes, like.
yeah. Western Conference, okay. All right. Then he's predicting big things for the Rockets. We have NBA predictions coming up. But we'll see if the
I'll
Rockets
get back
make
on
them
to Russell Wilson later. There's been some comments made of Russell Wilson. Westbrook
Westbrook, yeah. Mm-hmm.
later, because there's been some comments said about Russ that I really think need to be discussed.
Yeah, some I agree with, some I don't. So, I mean,
especially one.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely come back to Russ later on in the show. All right, let's get into those NBA predictions. Like I said earlier, those of you in the chat, if you have a bold prediction for this season or whatever, drop it in the chat. We'll see how bold y'all can get. We also did some of our own predictions. So, Jory, these are yours. Some interesting ones in there, I will say. So you say the Lakers aren't going to do much. What is that looking like?
What it always looked like, get in the first round, playoff, and go home.
Okay. I'm about to say, like, you talking about like a playing team, or you saying like playoffs and then go home
or
early?
barely squeak in the play-in and then go home in the first round of the playoff because Rob Pelinka has built this team like a bunch of Lego bricks. I am sick and tired of Rob Pelinka. He's over here ruining draft picks before they even get a chance to develop. Dumb over somebody that got gout and can't stay on the court. You over here bending to LeBron's knee to draft his trash ass son and who can't fit, who's just wasting a roster spot at this point.
Barney should have never been drafted.
The Anthony Davis trade. I get why you did it, but why did was that just a favor to Nico? What? I'm not saying I regret it because I love blue and purple. He done lost some weight because you know they eat very clean in California. So He done lost his weight. Meanwhile, you got Anthony Davis over here in Texas looking fluffy. It's something about that state. Charles Barkley was right. It is something about that state.
That good barbecue, man. The barbecue, the steak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a trip. I'm gonna go to Houston once.
Same facts. Me too. Let's go.
I gotta go at least once. Look. My mama done been to San Antonio. I'm jealous that she went to Texas. I want to go to Texas.
I want to go to I want to go to Nashville. I want some barbecue there too.
It was pretty. The city smelled like eggs. But all big cities have a very distinctive smell. It's outside of Boston. Boston didn't really smell like anything. Oh, but spaghetti. It did have a very faint scent of Italian food.
Yes. Large Italian. Yeah. Especially certain parts. Yes. Large Italian contingency.
I can see that.
Just think that the Lakers are going to stink on defense.
Okay.
We lack size.
Well,
It's gonna be one season that I've already come to the conclusion that all of my professional teams are just gonna piss me off.
So I'm guessing that you don't necessarily like the 8 edition. You don't like
Hell no.
Hayes still being there.
He another.
Hell no.
I mean, that's basically their big man rotation.
Like DeAndre Ayton is soft. He's softer than toilet tissue, wet toilet tissue at that. Jackson Hayes does nothing but run cardio up and down the hill, the court.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why he wasn't playing in that in that playoff game. I already relived it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty much the same team that let Rudy freaking Gobert carve them up for 34 points. You think I'm gonna expect anything different from them this year?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. Rob is the problem. And until we get rid of old Goat Gang, get rid of LaSissy, get him off my team, get his trash son off my team, get Rob out the front office. This team was not going to go anywhere. They might luck into a championship, but as far as going on a run, an extended run, absolutely not. Look at what Oklahoma City is doing.
It's all about the draft.
And we get talent in the draft, but what do we do? We trade them in the middle of the season, and then they have to come back because the trade don't work, and now they all of a sudden their jump shot broke as hell.
Ask Lonzo Ball.
All pennies. Like, I'm sorry, I am tired. I'm tired of them.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I'm going to root for them. But I am tired of them. And I'm definitely tired of LeBron. Retire.
Look, I feel like, he's been around forever. I gotta give him credit for that. I feel like with each passing day, more and more NBA fans are coming around like, okay, you did what you've done what you've done in your career. Like, just go away now. I
got drafted when I was 2. I'm 24. You don't think I'm sick and tired of seeing him?
Damn, I feel old.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired. I was tired of him in 2010 when he started all that flopping.
Still do flop.
It's gotten worse because now we got cut the theatrics. You're not a good enough actor to win an Oscar. You're not. or Emmy,
I mean,
whatever it
you
is.
saw Space Jam too.
That corny ass crap.
You know,
Man,
I haven't watched it, and I got a feeling I'm not missing nothing.
I got out. I watched half of it, and I went to go watch Demon Slayer. Man,
I saw the trailer, and that was enough for me.
that was enough.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that one day the Sixers was playing the Lakers, and Joel was about to posterize LeBron, and he pushed him like, and then gonna say ref that one like, and then gonna complain. You blatantly pushed him in the back, and you know Joel fragile, so that could have really did some damage. I think he got hit with a technical.
He
too,
should have.
but-
I remember that.
But
He
he gonna say he gonna go over there and complain. You
cry.
you pushed him in midair because you was about to get postered, and B was about to take his head.
Yep.
My mama know he a crybaby, and she don't even watch basketball like that. So what does that tell you? Because he's been doing it for years.
Mm-hmm.
Get him off my team. They continue to let me down. All of my professional teams just piss me off this season. Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Orlando has the makings of being a very good team this year. I think
Okay.
they take a sizable step forward, considering that the East is wide open. Also, Detroit. I love what they've done. I love the fact they're keeping people together. I like JB Bickerstaff. That's the coach, yeah. As the
Mhm.
coach, I believe they learned from their loss in the playoff. You could tell
Mhm.
they learned. And I think that they're gonna finish they're gonna definitely be a playoff team. The Spurs, if Wemby stays healthy, I think, and along with Stephon Castle. I don't know why I can't talk today. De'Aaron Fox and the rest of that. I'm not a Sohan
I was
tennis ball.
journeying.
The man with the tennis ball head.
And the blonde hair dude.
Yeah, who looks like a terror. I'm not a big fan of that. I think they need to go ahead and try to do something with that.
Mhm.
Do something with him. But I do think that the Spurs do make the playoffs outright. I think Derek White is also going to be a Defensive Player of the Year finalist. He's going to be asked to do more. He's going to play more because of the Tatum injury. So I think he has more of a ground to get Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, he's sneakily underrated as a defensive player.
Mhm.
And of course, the Clippers are falling apart because they're old.
That's the nursing
Their
home
prime
team
age
right there.
is probably like 150. So there's that.
Yeah.
The locker room probably smelled like Vicks Vapor Rub and Bengay.
And Icy Hot. And Epsom salt.
Like that starting lineup is like all mid-30s. Like that is a crazy way.
And then you got not me Kawhi,
Mm-hmm.
who it's any day with him where something happens to his knee, he just can't play no more. Any day.
And their biggest acquisition, Bradley Beal.
Good luck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good
He's
luck.
gonna be injured by game 3.
Yep.
That's
That's
an
why
interesting.
It's gonna fall apart.
It's an interesting roster they put together.
That pie don't care how many times you slice it. The Clippers are gonna fall apart.
Right. So I mean, they better get as many wins as they can early, and then try to coast after the All-Star break. That's probably their only way to really get through the year.
It ain't gonna matter much.
Well, yeah, but I guess they built the team for like the veteran presence in the playoffs. Problem is, you got to get there, and you got to get there healthy, and you have to get there with enough left in the tank to then play out the playoffs and make a deep run.
And you know who doesn't have enough in the tank to play throughout the playoffs? James Harden. Good luck with that. What kind of stupid is it? They just got a player for each issue. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just asking for it all to come together in a spectacular fail. It's
Yep.
asking for it. They just need to light the fire. I don't even think they make the playoffs.
Well, you know Harden ain't good in the playoffs anyway.
Harden's good like game 1 and 2.
Yep.
After that,
But when it really matters, don't count on it.
Yeah. Okay. So
my-
those were Jory's predictions. We got Key.
All right, so I got the Knicks to go into the finals. The East is very wide open now that there's no Tatum, there's no Indy, there's no Halliburton for Indy. Plus Miles Turner is in with the Bucks now.
Yeah.
So I think the Knicks is the front, if the can't get to the finals. Zion, he lost all his weight. It's money involved here on how many games he plays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction, and he gets at least 60. Because if he if he gets more, I forget what the number is, but if he gets at least the 60, that's his whole contract is he can get. Depending on how many games he plays, is how much his contract is going to be, and then knowing next year he's probably going to be with another team, depending on how he does this year.
60 games. Okay. Oh, Anthony LeBron played 70 games last year.
Oh,
a lot higher than I thought. Okay, Zion playing 60 games. The Pelicans can get 60 games out of Zion, they'll take that at this point.
Luka, I think he'll average a triple dub, knowing that LeBron's going to be out for a little bit. Now Luka has to be the playmaker, so he has to dish the ball. He has to find the guys open. Of course, he's gonna get his shots, and he gets rebounds too. So he's gonna have to get people involved. They have other shooters that can help Luka out. As far as if Austin Reeves get hot, if Rui plays good, he probably can feed Ayton in the middle a little bit. So I think he could average a triple dub.
Okay.
It'll be all for nothing if he gives up a triple dub on the other end.
Sure.
And the Sixers, I think they will make at least the 6 seed. I think they will. Again, the East is wide open. Joel did play tonight. Again, I'm not having this false hope. I'm not trying to get stuck back in. But VJ, he did have 26 tonight. Paul George, he's don't know when he's gonna play.
Over what? A pinky finger?
Who? Paul George?
Yes.
No, it's his knee.
No, I thought
McCain was but McCain is getting the cast removed in like a week or so. So he'll be good.
McCain's been lighting up TikTok, so I'm assuming he's good to go.
So yeah, we don't know when Paul George is gonna freaking play. But
yeah.
I think they can, if Joel's healthy, if he plays, the Sixers can prove me wrong and be higher, but I got him at 6 right now.
Okay.
And the biggest shocker of them all, I think Trey gets traded. He's still not. He's
Atlanta to do so.
He still hasn't coming into a contract. So I think Atlanta will trade him.
It would be smart of them to do so. Only thing I have to say is that about old Zion. Look, the thing about skinny Zion, it has the exact same effect as Ben Simmons shooting a 3 in the summer. I don't believe that crap when I see it. Look, do it in a game. We already know he got to talk to Crawford, Etouffee, and beignets and all of that crap. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
He's not disciplined, and until he can prove it, I wouldn't bet a free pack of Skittles on Zion.
Yeah. Not, I mean, there's really no track record to believe he'll play that much, but we'll see if the weight loss helps him. So, like I said, Anthony says Cooper Flag will make the All Star game. That's interesting. I'm also interested to see this whole flag at point thing because Jason Kidd has been experimenting with that. I believe he was asked about it. I think he said it's like not necessarily set in stone that Flag's going to do that, but it's clearly something that they're going to try. And I want to see how successful they can be with that.
That's not gonna work.
I mean, it's hard to think it will, but I mean, I can't necessarily hate Kid for trying something.
They're cooked.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
What would you do for a Klondike
I've been
bar?
craving that for about a month. Dead ass. I'm like, I really want me a Klondike bar.
They were pretty good.
That's not the one I want. A Fat Boy. The ice cream.
Okay.
When was the last time you heard that?
It's not a bad thing to crave. So I'll go really quickly. My predictions: I have Dyson Daniels winning the Defense Player of the Year. I do think with the Hawks and the team that they've assembled, if they have a good year, I think they'll put a lot of attention on Daniels and his ability on the defensive end. So I'm gonna go with him. Jaylen Brown's gonna be top 5 in MVP voting because they're gonna play to his style. They're gonna play a faster game. He's gonna be tasked with being the number 1 guy until Tatum comes back, and Tatum keeps telling people he's coming back this year. So they're gonna need Jaylen Brown to lead them to at least be a playoff team. I have the Magic as a top 3 seed in the East. I was about to go as far as saying maybe win the East, but I think they'll be top 3 for sure. I have Bickerstaff winning Coach of the Year because the Pistons will be just a better team, and I think if the Pistons are a top 4 seed, Bickerstaff should get a lot of credit and probably win the award. And then I have the Hawks winning 50 games. If they move Trae Young, we'll see. But I feel like if you're a Hawks fan, you have sat through multiple years of heartbreak. If they cannot do something this year where you have Trae Young, you have Jalen Johnson, you have Porzingis, you have Dyson Daniels, you have Risa Shea, you have Quinn Snyder, who is a good coach. I almost put Quinn Snyder for Coach of the Year, but I think he'll be in the running. But you don't necessarily have to worry about Boston right away, even though I think Boston will still be good. Indy taking a step back. Milwaukee has issues with their roster right now. If they can't be a top 4 seed, if they can't win probably at least a round in the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens in the second round, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you've seen me enough. I'm not the biggest Trae Young guy. I'm actually giving them some credit this year that they've built a good team around him. They got to go out and
built good teams around him before, and you know exactly how
Yeah.
Hawks fans don't sit up here and play like they actually think like that. You know they operate with collective groupthink.
Yes, I do, and because I agree with you. The way Hawks fans have talked about some of the players who have played with Trae Young, you would swear that
They were
surrounded. Yeah, you'd swear they surrounded Trae Young with Ben Simmons every year. It's like he's dealt with Bogdanovich, who's a good perimeter guy. DeJounte Murray should have worked, but Trae Young can't play off the ball, so that never happened.
Right.
Clint Capella, when he got to Atlanta, Clint Capella was a serviceable big man.
Mm-hmm.
So Trae Young has had pieces. And now this is probably, if you want to say, the best team they put around him. If Trae Young is that guy that Atlanta Hawks fans try to tell me he is, they should be a top 4 seed easy and probably higher.
They need to be in the playoffs and not in the play-in.
Facts.
With this team, if they're in the play-in, I don't want to hear another Trae Young supporter tell me that I'm wrong about my assessment of him.
And I don't want to see another Trae Young shimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my predictions for the NBA season. All right, against the NFL, we'll obviously come back to the NBA now pretty regularly on weekly because next week we'll have actual regular season games that have started. I am excited to see obviously the new packaging of the NBC, Peacock, and all those broadcasts for the NBA. I think I saw a preseason game on Peacock. Wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad production. So I think they'll do well.
I forgot who had like the better lineup in my opinion as far as like Prime and all that. I think it was. Did we say Prime in the beginning? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was Maria Brooks, Melo.
Anthony, I want him to. Yes, I'm praying for it. Get off my roster and take your son with you.
Something tells me no, but I'm
It
with
tells me
you.
that-
I hope it is. As long as nobody else big retires next year, sure. Because we knew once Chris Paul said this is going to be his last year, we knew LeBron's not going to share the spotlight with him. He needs it to himself. So if you're thinking about retiring, don't do it next year. Leave it for LeBron. They're all mixed. Yeah. All right, so Precision Index. We're back with another edition of it. Like we said, there's been a lot of movement. So, Melo is on NBC. I think Jamal Crawford is Jamal Crawford Prime. I think Vince Carter's NBC. Reggie Miller's NBC. Blake Griffin is Amazon. Which
ain't Maria Rooks or Maria Taylor? One of them. I'll be getting confused.
Rooks, Blake Griffin, and Dirk are like the Amazon team.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see those three. I think Maria Taylor is actually still somehow involved NBA wise. We're probably NBC. Move to Liverpool. Yeah. Yes, Crawford's on NBC. Yeah, I like the groups that they put together. What's going on, Tapa? Appreciate you tuning in.
Burn.
All right, so NFL tiers. We'll highlight a few teams. We do have some more stuff to get into. Dungeon Dwellers. But I guess the team that obviously we all want to talk about. The Ravens have fallen to the dungeon. Look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The NFL world can be as optimistic as they want about after the bye Lamar coming back. I'm sorry. The defense isn't good enough. The running game isn't good. The protection isn't good because Lamar's taken a lot of hits this year. Decision making from Lamar, questionable. Monken's play style, questionable. And Harbaugh's ability to lead this group, questionable. Put all that together, I don't understand where the optimism's coming from. Yes, their schedule gets weaker. I get that.
But they're weak.
Right. And this is a league we're seeing the Falcons go up against the Bills and look like world beaters. We've seen
and then play the Panthers and get blanked.
Yeah, so I think the current state of the Ravens, maybe they'll win some games, but I feel like they'll be a lot closer than they normally have been because of how flawed that Ravens group is.
Well, part of the problem is because they have Daniel Falele down there, Faleleing around, spinning in circles and not knowing how to damn block and not knowing his assignment.
I will say,
That's
Anthony.
The problem. And then you can't establish the run because you done went away from your running back that you done paid $13 million before. And here's the thing. You can't even blame the fumbles because the fumbles are your fault. He doesn't fumble if he gets his touches.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to do all of this. Be a chameleon. Todd Monken is still a Mickey Mouse play caller. The defense still stinks. I don't care about how many injuries that they have. Marlon
Mhm.
Humphrey is burnt bacon. Roquan Smith is barbecue chicken. Matabike is done for the season. Well, he's done for the season and he's not walking through the door. Harbaugh is a fraud. Um, anything else?
That is true, Tapa. Yes. Yeah. And Anthony, to answer your question, it is not all on the line because there have been plays where Lamar has held onto the ball and has brought on unnecessary hits.
Lamar is trying to stat pad, y'all. Y'all don't be seeing this.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar stat pads. He holds on to the ball so he can make a big play or throw it downfield. Why you think? I forget what game it was that he has the highest rating passer rating in so many games.
I need somebody that can catch. Send that man back. I got a quarterback.
It's another year. Hopkins, OBJ, some weeks Zay Flowers. Like these are guys who are out here just wasting time on a Sunday.
The Bills lost
the
because of that.
Patriots love it. They're ahead of schedule. I did not think they'd be first place right now.
Now, if they lose another game, I am going to move them down. They're on probation.
Yeah. I think with the Bills, it's a rough stretch. Don't get me wrong, but I still think that they are a good team. Now, coming out of the bye, we'll see, because hopefully they don't have like the Ravens effect, body language getting bad. Because Josh Allen had some bad body language against the Falcons. Hopefully the bye he can
because they're getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
But with Lamar, the main difference is the Bills actually broke the Ravens. If you could tell that second half meltdown broke that team, and they can't sit here and tell me otherwise because they look like trash juice since.
I think the Bills cracked them. I think the Lions destroyed them.
Oh yeah.
Having a team come into your building, just line up across from you and physically bully you for 4 quarters, that is rough, especially in Baltimore.
They're gonna have to figure that out. That rush defense.
Ed Oliver has missed some time. They need him back healthy, and Milano too.
Yesterday.
But I was saying,
I haven't had them here. I haven't heard Bosa's name in a minute. Where is he? Is he hurt?
Non-existent and overrated, like I've been saying for the past 2 seasons.
Drake May does
just like his brother. They both injury prone. I've never seen players that get hurt so much.
Okay.
The Chiefs, if they don't clean, I thought the more I watch the Chiefs, I put them up there because they look good against the Ravens, and then they looked like they were about to start turning. But they have issues.
Yeah, Anthony, there's a lot of teams on here that can move up with this weekend's play the games, because there are some teams that we are wanting to see what they do this week before the next edition, moving them up. So let's go flip-flop category, and let's highlight the Panthers. They're 3-3. They've had an interesting year. They went from, beating down a Falcons team to getting blown out by the Patriots to, beating the Dolphins, which, everybody's beating the Dolphins.
They came back and beat the Dolphins.
Right. And I think for a young group like the Panthers, the fact that they were able to come back in that game kind of shows that they are a team that's on the rise. Now, that division, the Bucs are probably going to run away with it. The Falcons should be the second best team. But can the Panthers, make it interesting the rest of the season? Can they maybe spoil some teams seasons later in the year? Because they're not a pushover anymore. So, how do you feel about the Panthers? Like, do you think they are trending up? Or do you think maybe they're just hitting a little bit of good luck right now?
I will say that matchup versus the Titans is going to be tough because they just fired their coach, and you know how teams like to play after they fire a coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. It's they like, oh, this man going now. Now they feel fresh and free. They gonna play. I think the Panthers can go 6-6 and was it 10? I think they can win 6 games.
Okay.
I think they could win
But
more than that.
that would be a good step up for them.
Yeah, I'll give them 8.
Okay.
But I still don't like Canales. I don't like him.
Yeah. I mean, he's
I
a guy
know
who.
bad coaches. I've dealt with bad coaches. My team just got rid of a terrible head coach, and I was like, "Thank God!" Like, I don't root for
No.
people to lose their jobs, but
No, he
no,
had to go.
he had
Yeah.
to go. I was ready to jump off the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Just take me, Lord, because I'm like, what?
And for Canals, this is a big year for him. Thomas says T-Mac and Rico is the best thing for Bryce Young. Absolutely. Rico Dowdles.
If they get Jimmy Horn involved, I think Xavier going to be the odd man out because Jimmy Horn in that slot, and he's a deep threat ball too. Jimmy going to be good, just like T-Mac, and then Rico, and then you get Chuba Hubbard back, bruh. Yep.
Yeah.
Xavier Legette better learn how to catch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
That's worry about raccoons.
So for Canales, I think Canales was a guy who was probably close on the hot seat. If he can close out this year well and show some promise, like Thomas said, like there's some pieces there now that kind of complement Bryce Young. If they can keep this play up, then look, Canales may be the guy. I'm not necessarily, like you said, Jory, I'm not the biggest fan of his necessarily, but look, if they're playing well, they're playing well. You have to give them some credit for that, at least. Mike McDaniel is next. If they lose to Cleveland, we have said that for a couple of weeks now. If they lose that week, he's gonna be gone. He's still around.
He's still there.
At a press conference.
And you got the sassy Samoan who don't know how to shut the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take
an OC, not a head coach. Any team that gets him he'll get a job when he gets fired for OC for sure.
I'll take him.
Be my OC. I just don't want him and his vapes around my defense.
I think Dayball's job is safe this season.
It may be. We gotta see how the Giants and like their record overall is. But if Dart plays well, like if he keeps continue to move up, I think his job is safe. I think you finally mirrored the coach to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I also think for the Giants, it shouldn't really matter about wins. I think all the Giants needed to do this year was find out if Dart was a starting quarterback in this league. I think he has shown that, and I think because of that, Dayball deserves the amount of time that they're willing to invest into Dart. I think Dayball has earned the right to be there with him.
Get that man a line. Give him another receiver besides Neighbors.
Speaking of quarterback hell, Cleveland.
Oh my God.
Joe Flacco got people in Cleveland
Joe Flacco was balling
punching the air today.
In the ice hot hole.
Speedy Flacco. He was sliding a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute. You 40
that
years
scramble.
old. Like
you see that scramble he did?
I did not know he had that off.
He took it off. I'm like, wait a minute. We got the AARP going on, AARP bowl going on, and this man is over here just scrambling.
And he made some throws. That throw to T. Higgins to close out the game.
That's because Ramsey was barbecue chicken. He got burnt.
He got burnt.
Oh my God, T. Higgins cooked. Ooh.
Yeah.
T. Higgins cooked them. Jamar Chase cooked them. I could have cooked them. My Chihuahua could have cooked them.
You know what happened? They put Joey pass interference Porter on Chase. And you know that man leads the league in the most pass interferences. And the crazy part is he did when he was at Penn State. This man holds every time. So yeah, I would put my best receiver on him too.
And Chase still had 16 catches
on 20 targets.
Yeah. So Flacco knows the game plan. Get the ball to Higgins and Chase, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, because he damn sure did it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because we were all on one, and I'm checking. I'm like, what the heck? What?
Mm-hmm.
That one play where they found what's number 80. I don't remember his last name. He was wide open down the middle. I was like, how do y'all do that? Flacco said, and he was like, oh snap, they bit on it, and he was right down the middle. I was
Mike
like, wow.
should have said what he said about Cleveland. No, he shouldn't have said what he said about Cincinnati trading for Cleveland, and he shouldn't have said that crap. Period. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Like,
that was his crumpets. He should have just shut up.
Why would you know better? You know what bulletin board material is.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. Like,
Flacco's played for every team in the NFC East. I mean, in the AFC North, except for the Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And if he makes it to the Browns game, he'll be the first quarterback to play like in a season matchup for both teams.
That is wild.
So,
but if
Flacco out here making history.
Flacco can, I guess, keep. Okay, so here's the question. Well, I'm sure I know what y'all all gonna say, but here's the question. Let's just say, Cleveland. I mean, let's just say since he goes on a run, Burrow comes back in Detroit in December. Do you swap him out?
You have to. It's Joe Burrow. You have to. And I'm sure Flacco would be okay with that. Because look, by mid-December, Flacco's tank might be empty.
Yep,
this is true. You're right.
Look, Sijin, I'm not going to hate that. Like, if Flacco is cooking, it's going to be hard to take the ball away from him. But it's Joe Burrow, though.
But knowing Flacco, if he gets you to the playoffs, he's going to have his worst game. So there's that.
I mean, if he gets y'all to the playoffs, then I would insert Burrow. But I'm just saying, and by the time Joe comes back and he's still cooking, do you cool off the hot hand and put the cold hand in and let Burrow do his thing, or do you leave Joe in there?
It's interesting. I mean, look, you look at the Bengals' next few games, and can Joe Flacco get them wins here? They have the Jets, the Bears, then the bye week, so at least Joe can recharge a little bit. Then you get the Steelers again. You get the Patriots. You get the Ravens. And that would take you up until around the time where Burrow's kind of sort of getting ready to come back, because mid-December you do have the Bills and the Ravens. So I know a lot of people
the Steelers defense and the Ravens defense is worse. Man, that man will have a field day.
I'm just saying, a lot of people want them to throw dirt on the Bengals when Burrow got hurt. I was like, don't do it yet, because that division is not going to get away from them. All you needed Flacco to do was win enough to keep them within arm's length. And based off of the game against the Steelers, you're looking at them thinking he may do even more than that.
I don't know what happened to DK after that catch. After that, Rodgers was looking all for tight ends.
DK can't get separation by himself.
Right. Freiermuth was open. Pat is very underrated tight end. I always like Pat. I always like Pittsburgh's tight ends. You had Heath Miller. You had
that's been their identity.
You had I forget who else they had, but I love they always had a good tight end and Freiermuth.
I can't remember talking about too.
Washington needs to be on somebody's line. He's sick. He is huge to be a tight end. But when they put Washington and number 74 together on the offensive line, that run game is actually good. With Warren and surprisingly Kenny Gainwell. So And then my funniest moment was Aaron Rodgers got tackled by the lineman. He didn't like that too much.
It was an accident, but damn, Aaron, let it.
Right. He was pissed. I was like, you know what? I'm not celebrating with you no more. You know Rodgers is the a-hole off the field. I'm sure. And that was an a-hole moment.
Mm-hmm. And look, Rodgers, this is what like kills me because he takes him down for the score to go to get the lead. And he's over there pumping his fists. He's loving it. He's feeling it. Then he's watching the Bengals go down the field, and you can see his whole demeanor changes.
I would be cussing out Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, but it turned, in his head, he was like, I'm going to blame somebody for this game. And he was just looking around to see who was going to be. Ramsey probably is the guy because that Higgins play, he was left grasping for Higgins, and Higgins went right by him. And I was just like, that was you being aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. That's kind of a Pittsburgh thing. They love their corners being aggressive. But that's also why Brady used to torch them in the playoffs all the time.
Yep.
Let's talk about how Chase Brown was cooking. Chase Brown had a good, yeah.
All of a sudden,
Pittsburgh
our
defense
offensive line
is old
was
and slow.
sloppy last night.
Look, I think the weeks of Browning, they were probably down. Flacco has given them a reason to think they can win again.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Ramsey couldn't. Well, no, I don't think they had Ramsey on Chase. They had Joey Porter on Chase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the wrong. That's like putting a Dory Jackson on Chase, or that was him being trash. Wow, pass interference all the time. You can't stop him. He catches everything. And I love Justin, but it's Chase then Justin in my opinion. Jamar is just more physical than JJ.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay,
everybody got torched. Slay was getting burnt. No play Slay. He was getting cooked. Ramsey was getting cooked. He got cooked by T. Higgins.
Yeah, you have 16 catches, 160-something yards. Yeah, you cooked everybody. Chain movers, let's highlight the we did just talk about the Bengals, but how are the Bucks? The Bucks in the chain mover group, they won 4 games with last minute drives, which everybody will tell you can't sustain that, which fine. They are coming off of a kind of a 2-possession win. Is Baker the clear-cut favorite for MVP right now?
Yes, but and they're winning because of him, because the defense really sometimes has been hamming it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if Baker keeps up, he'll single-handedly be the reason why they enter the Dub Club.
And he's going to be playing with the middle school kids on Monday because I don't think Mike Evans is playing. Godwin ain't playing. And Ibuka is maybe out with a hamstring. So all they're going to have is Tez Johnson, and I don't know who else. So he's going to be playing with the middle school kids against the Lions team.
There's another Johnson that he's throwing to.
Oh, yeah, Johnson & Johnson, right.
Yeah. But Tez Johnson, look.
I like
that big play.
Yeah.
Then the man hit the round off, the backflip. He did it all. But, Baker has shown he's not one of these quarterbacks that needs elite talent around him. Baker's the type like, hey, you suiting up, we going out there and we going to get it done. And he will make sure that those guys feel confident in their ability to play along with him, which is why I'm a big Baker fan. And I agree with you, Jory. When they do make it into the Dub Club, it's going to be because of Baker and his maturation as a quarterback. With the Browns, he had some issues. He was, bad turnovers and stuff like that. And we felt like maybe his emotions were getting a little bit the best of him. With the Bucks, he is a steady hand. He comes up big in the clutch. And you just know with him, if they're in it in the fourth quarter, Baker's going to find a way to get them the score that they need. More times than not.
And you mess up.
Yeah, you mess up and give him an opportunity, he's gonna capitalize late in the game. Yeah, I mean Evans' days in Tampa are numbered. He's been there forever. He's coming to the end of his career.
Yeah,
Godwin, it's just every time Godwin gets going, some
He gets
injury
hurt.
pops up.
Oh, Sterling Shepard. I forgot about him.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So like Ibuka and Tez Johnson might be the future for Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of scary when you think about it, because Ibuka has come on really well this year,
One of
and
the Ohio
Tez,
State receivers.
and Tez is that guy who takes the top off the defense. So they're definitely headed towards brighter days. All right, Dub Club, the top of the top. Let's look at how about the Seahawks? They're a team. Oh, go ahead.
I'm impressed.
I'm about to say Sam Darnold. A lot of people don't want to believe in Sam.
As long as he don't see ghosts.
Right.
He's keeping my fantasy team afloat.
He's having a really good year. He's in that MVP conversation as well. JSN has emerged as a legit number one. A lot of people were questioning the whole DK Metcalf trade. Well, JSN has stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
They have the running backs that we know, which little inconsistency there, but they are good running backs. And that defense, hey, Baltimore, yeah, you can move on from Mike McDonald because you have Zach Orr. Mike
How is
McDonald
that
is
going?
killing it in Seattle. And Zach Orr is probably on his way out of a job.
Mike McDonald probably should have been the next head coach for the Ravens, but
Well, you know we can't question Harbaugh's job. So, but yeah, look, McDonald's in a great situation out in Seattle. They're playing well right now. Like I said, Darnold's in the MVP conversation. Question for you: would you put the Seahawks as the favorites in the NFC West?
Yep.
Okay.
because the
Technically,
Cardinals,
the Niners are leading the division, but I was just wanting to know.
because the Cardinals are
Go ahead. I got it. I'll keep my comment till you done.
because I'm like the Cardinals aren't special. The
Mhm.
49ers injury,
Mm-hmm.
they got to look at that strength and conditioning staff.
Something.
The Rams are on a slope. So yeah, I think that it's very feasible that they're favored.
Okay.
I mean, don't be the Rams. I mean, it's still there too. But
Mhm.
I mean, it could come down to maybe a game or so for them. Rams in Seattle. If Seattle keep playing the way they playing, so
Now, if the NFL could have planned this anyway, I would love for like week 17, Seahawks, Rams. I don't care where it's played. Niners are injured. This is Seattle's year, but Mac Jones is cooking, and Kendrick Bourne. That's his favorite receiver. He had him in New England, and what was it, the last game? They're talking about Kendrick Bourne had like 150 yards, and I was just like, where has this guy been? But Seattle, I mean, the Niners are still finding ways to win, but yeah, they are a beat up punch. Okay, so do we see Seattle making a deep playoff run? It would depend who they play against.
I feel like go in there and beat Philly right now.
we can never beat the Seahawks. They got our number.
Yeah.
Just with the dysfunction.
Even without the dysfunction, they got our number.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look, if Seattle can get a couple of games out there, I think they could. That's a tough place to play for a road team.
Purdy keeps his job.
They paid him too much.
Yeah. I mean, they were looking at Purdy starting this week. It was just that Purdy isn't ready to go. So they're ready for Purdy to come back. Now, they do know, though, if Purdy does get banged up again, Mac can still win them games.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not in a bad situation.
Mac is tough. He really does need another shot at being a starter. Belichick ruined him.
No, Belichick absolutely did, and that's why Kraft kind of was done with him. And I think Mac has shown enough that if a situation pops up, I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where, but like, let's say
Arizona.
just throw a hypothetical. Let's say Daniel Jones has a great year. He gets priced at an Indy. If I were Indy, why not sign Mac Jones? I
don't
get
want
it.
Mac Jones twice
But
a
I'm just
year.
saying, like you have Richardson there, but if you could try to throw Richardson back out there or get a Mac Jones, you're better off just getting Mac Jones.
You talking about Anthony Richardson, who damn near bust his eye out in the pregame off of a lap band?
Wow.
Richardson.
That guy, like, ugh.
No,
Okay,
that whole thing,
Anthony.
that whole preseason pregame thing. What are y'all doing?
That's
Knocking
not a bad idea.
That's a good one.
That is.
Mac to New Orleans, or well, Cleveland's paying too many. They can't do it, but
they can't afford to get another.
but New Orleans would be a smart one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't send them to the Jets. That's That's
That's
QB
hell.
That'll ruin his career.
That's QB purgatory. The Jets. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times Jets have like defensive minded coaches and then throw these quarterbacks in there. Like Rex Ryan, he had Mark Sanchez. You think Rex Ryan cared about Mark Sanchez's development? No, he was worried about his defense. And that's kind of been the thing with them. They don't really go offensive minded. They did with Gase, but Gase only got the job because he high-fived Peyton Manning once. Like it's just been the leadership with the Jets.
I don't know why people keep overlooking that matchup against the Titans. That's a divisional matchup. Don't sit here and piss me off. That's a divisional matchup. It's gonna be a tougher game than it was earlier because they actually have something to fight for now.
Yes, they're paying 8 QBs.
Paying 8. Yes.
8.
They're playing 8, but yeah.
They'd be lucky if it was 5. It's 8.
But they look good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the Arizona Cardinals job somehow became open, I wouldn't mind Matt going there either. They have talent.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to ask how long do they string this out with Kyler Murray?
And you want to play Call of Duty?
Like, and he's on the sideline right now, so I think Mac will have an opportunity to at least fight for a starting job somewhere next year. Or maybe the Niners keep him because they worry about Purdy's injury history. I don't know. I was getting to bird's eye view.
All right, so we play Minnesota. Carson Wentz is will be the start. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, I was watching the Miami Louisville game. All Miami had to do was kick a field goal, and Carson Beck picks the ball off with 32 seconds left. Sorry,
Carson Beck is a fraud.
Yeah, I don't like Carson Beck.
But, play Minnesota. Carson Wentz gets to start because JJ is still not back yet. So you all know the turmoil is going on in Philly. Lost 2 games in a row, get demolished by the Giants. Had a lead with Denver, came back. AJ still ain't happy. But this mini bye we had, everybody seems to be on one accord. Everybody's taking accountability for things, which is always a plus on my end. Do I think we win? We will talk about that when the picks come. But here is what we need to do. We need to have a balanced game plan. It can't be run Saquon 4 times and pass for the rest of the court for the rest of the game. It's not going to happen. You can't force feed AJ Brown because everybody's going to know where you're going to throw it to.
Mm-hmm.
Get Smitty involved. Get Goddard. Well, Goddard's been playing very well for us.
Yep.
Goddard. We have Jahan Dodson. Utilize the other players. If you run the ball, it opens up the passing game. So we need to have a balanced game plan. And again, please stop running Saquon up the middle. I keep saying this every week. They stacked the box. He ran for 2,000 yards last year. So you honestly think the league is going to let him do that again? Absolutely not. Bounce him off the outside, the left, the right. Put him in the screen. He can catch. He's a good running back that can catch out the backfield. Utilize him. This may be his break. This may be the game he breaks out. Stop going for forward switches. Well, tell other teams to stop putting us in a position. We won't run it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
60 minutes. 60 minutes. Same energy for 4 quarters. Don't start off one half hot and then the second half you don't do nothing. Don't start the first half, can't do nothing, and then you trying to play catch up in the second half. 4 quarters of straight football, the same. You need to score on at least every possession. If it's not a touchdown, it's a field goal. We can't have 99 3-and-outs, and then your defense gets tired. Pressure wins. We getting Jalen Carter back. So we getting, we missed him last week. Pressure the football. Pressure. We haven't been getting no pressure on that front. Wentz is going to fold. We've sacked Wentz 7 or 8 times. I forget. When he was in Washington, we sacked him 9 times. So we can get to Wentz. Mm-hmm. Limited Jefferson and Addison. That's going to be a hard task, especially if you got 2 people that can't cover souls. And it looks like Keely Ringo cut his dreads. That ain't gonna make him no faster. He's still gonna be barbecue chicken.
Maybe
but Ringo
got a tailwind, but
Keely Ringo doing the Bizarro Samson, cut his hair off for power.
At least we get Quinton Mitchell back, so that's a plus. Okay. So maybe Q will cover Jefferson. But you just got to worry about Addison. They still have, other playmakers as well. T.J. Hockenson. They got Naylor. Watch out for old man Thielen. You never know. He might do something. So, and then execution. We just got to execute. We haven't been executing for 6 weeks now. Even the games we won, they was ugly wins. But we still haven't executed. So if we do all these things, we should win a game.
Okay. It's still crazy to me that after the years that Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley had last year, neither one of them is really being effective this year. It's crazy.
And it's because of the same beep and beep reason. The coach. It's not because they can't do it. It's 2 different issues, but kind of on the same tree. 2 different branches of the same tree. You got one that just keep running his running back into stacked boxes instead of having him catch outside the backfield. Maybe run a little bit of zone. Do something different. Quit running him up the middle. Mm-hmm. And then you got the other one who just don't want to give him the ball at all. Until they're hopelessly
except for
down.
The first drive. First drive, they'll give Derrick Henry the ball. Then it's
right. And then you get all the way down to the 1-yard line and you're running a tush push with Mark Andrews.
I couldn't believe that. I could not believe that. Like, what are we doing? Stop making it complicated.
And you don't score at all. You all go all the way down to the 1 and you get the downs. That is a wasted possession. And all you had to do was run the ball. And by the time you gave it to him, he was going to get blown up because you didn't give it to him on first down. All of this is common sense. But back to the Philadelphia Eagles and Saquon. Stop doing this. You know you have a multifaceted back who can catch out the backfield, who can run between the tackles when it's available, but who can also, you can move him around. Do it. What goes on in the heads of the Philadelphia of Kevin Patullo? And why does Nick Sirianni allow this crap? He didn't do all of this in Tennessee.
Keep telling y'all, Nick need to grow up here.
Vrabel had to put in check for the most part. He made a tweet, but Vrabel had him in check. We got soft ass Nick. He ain't gonna keep nobody in check. That's why I said Nick need to grow a pair.
Wasn't it last year Nick was like going at fans and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He was going at the wrong people. He should have been.
Oh, yeah. There was that.
I don't know. AJ said it wasn't. I don't know. AJ said they didn't meet. I don't even know what happened with that meeting. Whatever.
AJ was just being bitter because they lost and he didn't get the ball. Anyway, from one odd to another. Um, hot off the press, Brian Callahan is no longer my coach. Great, but I can also argue he should have never been the coach.
Yeah.
It got progressively worse. And for people to sit up here on ESPN and talk about dysfunction and da 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 da, but then when other people make these type of moves, is I'm glad for getting it done. When Staley got fired and it was clear that he needed to get fired, everybody was praising the Chargers. But when the Titans fire somebody that also needs to be fired, it's dysfunction. Make it make sense. And the thing is, I understand because anything, huh?
He was 4-19. How is it? How
Exactly.
y'all playing that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I understand the thing about Miss Amy being sporadic and staggering her firings. And that's why I will always say, with this next head coach, if he don't turn out, you fire Borg's, Borgonzi, Breaker, and the coach. All three need to go. Now, but what we need,
They should have.
they should have set
Jory
Vrabel for
agrees
one.
with that too. Yeah.
Let him stink, and if her and Miss Amy's feelings were just that bad, you fire him after you fire him before you are when you already know you got the number one pick, so he's not coaching the number one pick. That should have that's how that should have went. You don't fire him because you get your panties in a twist because he gets in a New England Ring of Honor and he had something nice to say. That's not how we do these things. And granted, Vrabel had his issues too. I think towards the end, it became apparent that a change of scenery needed to happen for both sides because Vrabel was being stubborn about his coaches. Amy was getting tired of that, and it kind of just it needed to happen, but it shouldn't have happened like that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that in the very next year, she fired Rand, so she should have just waited until the next year to fire both of them together.
Yes.
It
That's
wasn't his
the thing.
fault. He wanted AJ to stay.
Yeah, hey, did you not see the reaction on draft night when John Robinson did that stuff? I promise you, if the cameras hadn't been on him, he probably wanted to wring his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And for John Robinson to sit up there on Instagram and sit here and say, I guess it's still my fault, hashtag we ass. Man, you look like an ass. What are you talking about? It is your fault. And it's not just the AJ trade. It's the draft picks that aren't on the team anymore. And it's only been 2 to 3 years.
Malik Willis was a science project.
And Will's the mailman.
You're wrong where we let Derek walk.
Yeah, Derek wasn't traded.
Yeah, Derek was a free agent. He wasn't traded.
But yeah, mailman was.
I still don't understand that.
Vrabel let mailman. So yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But let this next coach be an actual leader, not a QB guru. And the thing is, what? Someone wants to say hi. The thing is,
Nope.
can I talk? Thank you. The thing is, we need an actual leader. You have talent. The talent isn't as trash as people would somewhat call it. There's talent on his team. And for people who are like, I feel bad for Bill Callahan, I don't. The Titans invested $140 million on that offensive line and got minimal improvement.
Yeah.
Trade talk. I don't think they're going to do much. They're going to see what they have now. I don't think it's going to even be that ugly, to be honest. If they know what's on the stake for them,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's because you had Brian Callahan and because
Yeah.
Callahan,
Yeah.
even though he said he took a step back,
That's the thing. Like you an offensive coach, and they've taken away play calling duties and stuff from you. At that
he
point, it's
should
just like, what good are you?
have played calls he shouldn't have did play calling last year. He should have gotten a very good offensive coordinator last year. Worried
Mm-hmm.
about fixing the team, leading the team, setting that all of that stuff together. Learning time management, learning that a butt cheek in means that you're in, learning what a catch is, stop mismanaging timeouts. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
issues isn't the actual players, it's the coach who gets nothing out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Ridley who can't damn catch. Again, that was
Ridley's
because of the like when he
Ridley's out,
was
right?
bad against the Raiders, and that was because of coach. Quite literally, that was because of Callahan. Because if you actually sit there and watch the game, there's moments in where you see what Cam Ward can be.
Mm-hmm.
There are moments.
Yeah.
That being said, it's not going to be that bad. If it is, I'll just turn it off. I don't think it's going to be 59-0. They're going to have something to play for because they know that their jobs are on the line. I don't care about Pete Carroll.
I did forget the 59-0 was New England, Tennessee.
I don't. I feel like if our offensive line looks a little bit better, and don't let Vrabel's defense trick Cam, because he's gonna try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Stop the run. You know he's gonna try to run the ball. Get the ball out of Ramondre Stevenson's hand, which should be easy. You know that, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
L'Jarius Sneed, you gonna be the one that's holding Stephon Diggs accountable. And Tavondre Sweat might play this week, so Drake May might be in trouble.
Uh-oh.
He's questionable.
Okay. Okay.
That's all I have for them. At this point, I just watch for vibes.
Right. Yeah.
And then go find something else and take a nap after.
Right. Because look, you're in that space. Fire a coach. You have an interim until you get the new coach. But not really much you can, necessarily gain from a lot of this because you got to know what's the next guy going to bring.
And then the fact of the matter is, they're actually going to give Mike McCoy a genuine shot to show what he has. That's why it's really not going to be.
That goes and call plays so he can be with Cam. Well, yeah, the next coach, Cam Ward, has to be part of the plan.
Yeah, he has to be a part of it. He has to choose his head coach. You invested too much into him at this point.
Okay. Pride can get you a lot of places.
We've gone and gotten them offensive line. They're not being developed the right way. It's not most of the issue. The biggest issue about this team, and I don't know why I got to keep repeating myself, it's the coach. It was the coaching. Like, Alec Ayomenor is going to be special. Kamir Dike is going to be special. Tyler Lockett is still serviceable. Calvin Ridley, questionable. Yeah, I can understand. Unload that bad contract. The receivers aren't as bad as people say they are right now. They're not being developed and utilized in the correct fashion because it is stupid ass offense and the screens. Like,
Mike McCoy can now change all that.
Next.
At least he should have the freedom to.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it from the other side of this one with Patriots. The trench battle is going to be important because the interior of the offensive line for the Patriots can be questionable. You have Jared Wilson, the rookie at left guard, who is actually a center but playing left guard right now. Bradbury is a okay center, but he's not a great one. And then Onwenu as the right guard. So that interior O-line is going to have to stop Jeffrey Simmons. Now, I did not know Sweat was questionable, so Sweat is out there. You now have to stop both of them. And the person I worry about the most is Bradbury, the center, when dealing with those two. I think Wilson's okay and could hold his own, but we're talking about Simmons, so that they definitely have to pay attention there. The running game lost Antonio Gibson for the season with the knee injury. I think now more than ever, get Travion Henderson in the backfield. They'll still use Ramondre Stevenson because he's on the roster and he's had big games before. The fumbling thing is clearly a mental thing. He has to get past that. But I'm looking for this game for Henderson to get more of an opportunity in the backfield. Hopefully he can create a little bit more magic in the running game. The emotion of the game, they did this in Buffalo where that was emotional with Stephon Diggs. They came out and they played well. This is another one because this is now for their coach. So they can't get caught up in playing for Vrabel because, yes, Tennessee's record is what it is. But we have seen before when a team fires their coach, that very next week, they play a lot better because it's a different voice and maybe, this person has a better kind of outlook on what to do with the team. So they have to be mindful of that. And Mike McCoy has NFL experience. He's been with the Chargers, I know. I think Denver or something like that, but he has experience, offensive play calling and stuff like that. I think he's even a head coach. So, it's kind of a short week as his first week as the interim, but if you're going to have anybody who's going to have them prepared, it would be somebody like Mike McCoy. So I know a lot of people are giving this as an easy win for the Patriots. There are going to be some challenges that do come up. And if Jeffrey Simmons is wrecking the interior O-line, that's going to hurt a lot of what the Patriots want to do offensively. Drake May wants to push the ball down the field. In order to do that, you got to give him time. So if Simmons is constantly in his back pocket, then that's going to affect what Drake May can do. But look, I'm fully expecting Drake May to have a good game. He's just on a roll right now. And last time these two teams met was last year, which was a game that went into overtime, and Tennessee did come out on top when May threw an interception in OT, but it is a different Drake May right now. So I think it's going to be a good game. It's obviously a game that Vrabel wants to win, but I do like the mentality. Vrabel and Stephon Diggs are, treating it as another week, the same way they did the Buffalo game. The media wanted to make it something bigger. They're just like, we got to take care of our business.
They probably talked about this in depth, knowing that the schedule had these two games back to back.
Yes. Yeah, because the Boston media has been talking about it, and Vrabel has reiterated. Tennessee has players over there that we have to worry about, and we are not going to take them lightly. And Stephon Diggs is saying the same thing, too. So I think they'll be ready to go.
Well, you got to worry
All
about
right.
that. I had a terrible week.
Oh, God.
We all did.
Jesus.
I feel like across the board, a lot of people probably had bad weeks because there was a lot of weird scores. But Jory is still in first, 17, 15, and 1. I am 16, 16, and 1, and he is 13, 13, and 1. I am ready to wipe away last week because
I'm at 500.
I mean, yes, because it's like Eagles Giants game, weird. The Lions Chiefs game, weird. Bills Falcons was weird. Commanders and the Bears was a good game. Weird.
The only game I got right.
And then Jags Seahawks was a good game.
I knew
All right, Carl. Okay, you went 11-4. All right.
Cookie.
You want a cookie? What kind you want?
I'm mad as hell.
I mean, that's pretty good. You went 11-4. All right, so we're back with this week's. I agree. This season that's kind of been the good thing with this season. All right,
Thanks, Flacco.
Hmm?
Thanks, Flacco.
Hey, that old man was moving.
I'll pick. Well, I'm still picking. I'm not picking my team to win another game. The second I do it, look. No, it's gonna be close, but I'm not picking them to win. And just because I say that, who knows, Mike, what happens? But I'm not picking them to win another game. There's that. I think the Falcons, or we'll get to that in a minute. I think the Falcons have the offensive capabilities to give an injured 49 defense some trouble.
Okay.
Now, will they? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lions are looking to get back on a roll, and the Buccaneers are hampered. And my lock of the week is the Rams over the Jaguars, and I will be up at 8:00 in the morning to watch that.
Hopefully, it's better than the Denver and the Jets.
Yeah.
That game set football back like 50 years.
I was half asleep.
Oh, that game was so bad.
Papa, you shouldn't pick the Dolphins and do nothing but fire McDaniel.
Yeah. But yeah, that game. Justin Fields was like minus 10 net passing yards. And it's just like the 9 sacks. Oh, brutal. Okay. Falcons over the Niners. Look, we did our precision index, and we were talking about a lot of teams have statement games. That is a statement game for the Falcons. If they can beat the Niners, we'll probably see some movement. Yeah, Fields was bad.
I blame the Bears for Fields.
I mean, yeah, the Bears definitely didn't help Justin Fields in any way. All right, Key.
Well, we all picked Pittsburgh, and you see how that happened. San Fran over the Falcons. I believe that's a Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Even I know there's no Fred Warner for the rest of the year. I know
that's the one I forgot. Game.
I don't know. I might be regretting this pick, but I'm gonna still stick with it because Fred Warner, is the heart of that defense. But I think they still can get by. No Parasol. He's out still. No Ayuk. But I think they can still got McCaffrey. You get George Kittle back, so I think San Fran still has a chance to beat the Falcons. Detroit, I think they bounce back from that KC game, knowing that Baker doesn't have all his receivers and playmakers, but Baker's still going to find a way. That should be an interesting game. Seahawks over the Texans. Yeah, Fred Warner got hurt. He's out for the season.
Yeah, pretty nasty injury.
It was with his ankle.
I think so. Yeah.
I got the Seahawks over the Texans. Every time I pick Minnesota, they lose.
Yeah.
Every time I don't pick them, they win. But just because of the cornerback situation, I said it on the show. I did a breakdown. I had a Minnesota content creator on, and we just went back and forth talking about the game. Initially, I said 14 points is going to lose by. I think we lose by a single possession. I'm gonna cut it in. I'm gonna cut it since Quinyon Mitchell is back. I don't know. I just got this strange feeling. But if we blow them out or we come out guns blazing, I'm all gun ho for it. I'm just nervous. I'm nervous about this game. So I took Minnesota,
Okay.
and then I'm taking Dallas. I don't know what happened with Trayvon Diggs, that he had an injury at home and got concussed. I don't know if he fell in the shower. I don't know if he fell down the steps. I don't know if he hit his head somewhere, but he concussed and he ain't playing Sunday. No scary Terry for Washington, but I think Dallas can pull this out.
Okay. I mean, Tapa, I see you. Look, Bijan has been going crazy for Atlanta, and that is. But I also think, well, actually, I'll put my picks up and talk about that. I actually did have the Bengals. I said it on Sideline to Sideline with Brett. I just had a weird feeling.
You want a cookie too?
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying that it was recorded on Sideline to Sideline. I had the Patriots over the Titans. I think it's going to be an interesting game for sure. I just think Drake May is on a roll right now. And Kayshon Boutte, look out for him. Like, I know the Titans will put a lot of attention on Diggs because Diggs is a not necessarily the favorite target for Drake May, but he does like going to Diggs. Boutte is actually the guy that he looks to in big spots. And we saw Pop Douglas a little bit down the field last game. Either Niners or the Falcons. I know Bijan Robinson is doing well right now, but I feel like Robert Saleh will come up with a game plan even without Fred Warner. They're going to try to make Penix beat them with his arm, and we'll see whether or not he can do it, but I'll take the Niners over them. I had the Lions to bounce back over the Bucks, even though you guys know Baker and the Bucks, like the Lions better take care of that. Don't give Baker the ball late with a chance to win it. I had the Seahawks over the Texans. I know the Texans, coming off their bye, beat the Ravens, but that Seahawks defense, I feel like, will show you why the Texans have struggled outside of that Ravens game. The O-line struggled.
The Ravens, and that's the one thing. Now I don't know what to think about Kansas City because they just look good because they play the Ravens.
But that's the Raven effect. The team looks good against them, and it's like the next week they look bad, and then Kansas City looked good the week after they looked bad. So I don't know. It's weird. That's what this season's been. But I'm expecting the Seahawks to be able to get pressure on CJ Stroud. Let's see if they fix anything over the bye.
No.
That's what I'm banking on. And then, look, give me those Panthers to end this weekend over 500. They get the Jets. The Jets can't do anything offensively, and they're stopping very little defensively. I think if Bryce Young can take care of the ball, they will make plays against that Jets team. And I'm not trusting Justin Fields or Ken O'Brien, Vinny Testaverde. You bring back anybody you want for the Jets. I'm not trusting them right now. Who?
Chad Tennessee.
Joe Namath would be out there with a fur coat, and I don't trust the Jets.
Christian Hackenberg.
Oh, the Hackenberg era.
But can't say Mark Sanchez. He in jail.
Yes, he's one guy they can't go get.
Aaron Glenn does not deserve this, but he knows his franchise is cursed. He played for it.
Facts.
Yes.
They cannot draft a QB. They're gonna have to find someone off the street to be their savior because every time they draft a QB, they in purgatory. Look what happened to Darnold. Zach Wilson. Quarterbacks don't work over there.
Mm-hmm. I've seen mock drafts
over there.
I've seen mock drafts already.
Oh God,
they are projecting.
It's a QB.
Jory, you know this person very well. they're projecting Ty Simpson to the Jets, number one.
Absolutely not. I will riot. Ty Simpson does not deserve that trash. Absolutely. He does not deserve that filth of an organization. He's not going to go from the cream of the crop of the college football atmosphere to the low light Jets. What are we talking about? No.
This year was supposed to be the Arch Manning year, but it looks like he's gonna stay in school. A lot of these big name quarterbacks have just not performed.
Heck no, Arch don't deserve to get on no team.
It was like Arch, Drew Aller had a lot of hype behind him this year. It hasn't panned out with him. It's just across the board. Like Mateer with Oklahoma, who's like now come back from a hand injury. If you're the Jets, more power to you at the top of the draft. I don't know what you do.
Alone. That is Tyrone. Leave him alone.
I think you better call Tyrone.
Go get Will Levis. Go get Will Levis.
I think it would probably be the better bet for the Jets to go free agency.
Leave my Tyrone
draft
alone.
Another position of need. Same as Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland. Look, Cleveland can't figure it out.
Ty better not go to Cleveland. He better not go to Chicago. He better not go to the Jets. He better not go. None of that.
Saints need a QB.
They can take him.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, with Kellen Moore there, I'd feel more comfortable with him as a Jet, not as a Jet, as a Saint. Then we're not gonna go from the cream of the top.
Kellen with one of them young quarterbacks. Ooh,
exactly.
Yeah. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. We're not going to go from the top of the top to trash.
Yeah.
No.
So those are our picks. We'll see if we can't all improve off of the weeks we had last week. So if you're new to the show, we always end it with some final burn where we go at some people who got on our nerves from the past week. So you see it up there. We have some targets for tonight. Jori, where are you starting with final burn?
Ocho idioto. Like every time he talks about basketball, I'm like, you have no clue what you're talking about.
You know.
He looks so lost.
Every time Shannon goes to talk about yes, and crying. I love the crying.
Yo, Ocho was funny.
It's
just sometimes he's too player friendly. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to basketball, and he tries to act like it. And I'm like, Chad. And he talks like he's just God and Hercules, and he can do everything he wants because he eats McDonald's and has 10,000 jobs. Well, one of them you're terrible at. He over here trying to co-pilot off of Patrick Beverly's stupid ass talking about Russell Westbrook's one of the top 3. Oh my God,
was wild.
Point guards of all time.
Ocho don't need to talk about basketball. He just needs to stay in his lane and talk about football and soccer like he do. He can't talk basketball. Absolutely
but the thing
not.
was,
at all.
That conversation, he was like guessing on facts. He was like, man, LeBron is how old is LeBron again? Oh, okay. Well, he's been in the league. Like, how long he been in the league? I was like, if you don't know any of this, don't talk about it.
Know anything, and he's over here trying to talk about it. Just defer to Shannon. Let Shannon.
I heard my man hurt. What's he hurt from again? You didn't even know that.
Chad probably don't know. He probably couldn't name all 30 teams in the NBA.
Yeah, no.
He knows he can't.
He just co-signs when basketball comes on. That's why they had to have that's why they had to have Joe Johnson there.
Yeah.
Because
this is terrible. I'm like, bro, what? I don't know this and I don't know that and da 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 da. What do you know? And speak on that. Even
he knows soccer and football.
When it comes to football, I question that too.
He knows soccer and football.
Mm-hmm. He actually does know a lot about soccer, yeah.
I don't care about ping pong.
I'm just saying, but like what you're saying though, the Pat Beverly part, you just like because Shannon was like, he don't play no defense, and Chad's like, he don't play defense. I'm watching the highlight here. I was like, Chad, you did not just say that. I was just like, this man.
Like Chad, bro. There is nothing in between those ears. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Other than player friendliness and da 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 da. Da. I get it, but sometimes when it needs to be critical, he's just so. Ugh.
Yeah.
He can be right about that, but that don't count that he's dead ass wrong for agreeing with Patrick Beverly.
No, when he said that he got him and Unc some NBA YoungBoy tickets, yo, that was hilarious.
Well, they canceled that. And for the people in the back who are mad in Atlanta, who are mad that they canceled that concert, y'all realize they had to fix a bunch of stuff. Y'all had the whole arena smelling like marijuana, and they had to
Oh
have a
wow!
preseason game the next day. Of course, they
Yeah.
don't want you back.
Yep.
Oh, it was that
And
bad.
then the thing about the young boy doing disses and stuff at the end, you think he gonna come in the city of Atlanta, dissing Atlanta artists and all that stuff, and they gonna want him back? But the damage and the weed smell, knowing that there was a preseason game going on that next day, they had to fix that.
Oh, they were smoking at what's the name arena?
Yes,
That's right. That's right next to Mercedes Bank. I forget the name of their stadium, their arena.
State Farm Arena,
State Farm. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
and next to the Benz, Mercedes Benz.
Yeah. I walked past. I was
Y'all
like,
can't
"Ooh."
sit here and I'm like, y'all did that yourselves. I'm like, y'all can't get mad. Well, F the Hawks and da da da. Their stadium, they got that built. That stadium was built for the Atlanta Hawks, not for y'all to sit there and jump around and break.
Mm-hmm.
They got a big statue of Dominique Wilkins in the front.
The Hawks don't they allow concerts and other events to be held there because it brings them money into their pockets.
Right.
But just like how y'all found out, they ain't gotta let you do jack squat.
I can't believe, like, how do y'all get in there smoking weed like that? How?
These folks don't give a they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So for y'all to be mad about that, kick rocks. You got your money back. Go to the next one.
Speaking of Richard Sherman, this is coming at y'all know how I always go at Pam Oliver every week for her not combing her hair.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go at the whole Prime panel. Can y'all wear some different clothes? Y'all wear the same shit every week, but just in different orders. Richard got on that little shirt and that that little blazer thing or sweater, but it's just in different colors. Whit always gonna have a blazer and a different color hoodie on.
Mm-hmm.
Fitz always got a blazer and a Hawaiian different shirt. It's a turtleneck. Who wears turtlenecks? T-Gon, he always wear what he wear, and I forget her name. I mean, I don't got to say nothing about her because she switches up. But the main four, come on now, it's obvious every week.
It is turtleneck season with a chain.
But who wears turtlenecks?
Not on a TV though.
I haven't seen a good turtle. I haven't had a turtleneck since I was a kid.
I have one, and I'll show a picture of it.
But y'all need to switch up y'all style. It's the same. I'm like every week. I was noticing a pattern, and I thought it was just me, but somebody else pointed it out and agreed with me too. I'm just like, yo. So yeah, that's my tidbit. Pam Oliver been on Fox for years, and I can't imagine that her publicist, her stylist, her people gonna say, Pam, don't go out looking like that. She's just gonna be cheering.
Of her. I know her family be watching her and they be seeing her hair looking like that. Sometimes she be looking like she got a rat's nest on top of her head.
I know. Look, she there's some good wigs she could buy, and Amazon ain't it. You go lay it down. It was one game.
There's good wigs on Amazon. You just gotta spend a little bread on them.
It was one game. I was like, oh, remember Jori, you pointed it out. I was like, oh shit, she called the hair this morning.
It's always twisted. You can see the part is a little bit offset to the right. There's flyaways everywhere. She looked like she just rolled up out of bed and just shook.
The only time I don't talk about her is the wintertime. She got her hat on.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean,
bro,
she's been out there since.
Don't love her. Because I promise you, the second I went on TV looking crazy, I would be in commercial break, looking at my phone, getting flamed up by my mama. What are we talking about?
She's been out there since the Cowboys were relevant. Like
that was a long time ago. I wasn't alive.
That was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I was not
on the silence for all that. But yeah, that's crazy.
Back to Patrick Beverly.
Yes.
Look, Patrick, you're a liar. That's it. We're not going to sit here and blame the entire Russ thing on the Lakers. Let's not do that. The thing is, Russ and LeBron were not a good fit, and it just yeah. But you saw slicks of that, but even before he got to the Lakers, ball dominant, can't play with everybody. The decision making, it just really fell apart after it. And the thing about it, Patrick, is that he definitely declined an option. He chose this fate. He can't get mad for betting on himself and then wanting to break his phone because he saw that Giannis got both of his brothers on his team before he got signed. You had an option to stay in Denver. And Patrick Beverly, what type of weed are you smoking to sit on Beyonce's internet talking about Russell Westbrook is one of the top 3 point guards of all time? Who the heck? What in the hell?
All weed ain't good weed.
No. His must be mixed with some fentanyl or something. What are you on?
Not top 3 all time.
Top 3 all time?
Somebody should have asked him to name the top 3. That would have been hilarious to hear who his top 3 is. If
he's not
Russ
even
is in the
near
top
the
3.
top 10.
Yeah, he's not even top 10.
Yeah. That is right. Pat Bev did injure us.
And so what? He doing all this caping and lying, talking about he's the top 3. He's the top 3 point guard of all time. Listen here, you goblin. Let's not sit here and lie. That's absolutely not true. He's not top 3. He's not top 5. He's not top 10. He might be top 20. If it depends on who you ask. Russ has had it. He has his moments, but the problem with Russell Westbrook is that the game is outgrowing him.
Yeah,
and he hasn't. And it's not his game is not translating well. That's what I mean to say. It's not translating well as the league adjusts and grows, goes on and moves on and whatnot. It's not. Don't sit here and speak blasphemous like. I'm trying to think of some names off the top of the. I'm really about my top 3 point guards of all time. Throw me a name because I know it's.
Well, I mean, you have Magic, who's in a lot of people's top 3.
Magic in mine.
You have Isaiah Thomas. You have, I mean, Oscar Robertson. That's for the old heads.
And you mean this? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? In my Charles Barkley voice, are you kidding me? You're trying to put Russell Westbrook in the same conversation as Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, all these other people, and you mean it? You know what? I come to the conclusion.
Steve
Yeah,
Nash,
I've come to the
Stockton. Yeah,
conclusion.
all those
Gary
guys.
Payton.
Hmm.
Yes, I've come to the conclusion that Patrick Beverly is a smooth brain bat. His brain has no wrinkles. There is nothing. There's nothing in there but rocks. Like what? Next,
Yep.
you know, next person I'm kind of disappointed in because last year he was on here every other week.
Hmm.
He hadn't been on here much this year. And then he's over here crying about referees and crying about the tush push. Micah, shut up. Like, bro, I get it.
The tush push is rated E for everybody. The Eagles just don't do it.
Hmm.
The Packers can do it. I don't know why they don't, but you got a beast of a running back. I
True.
mean, the Steelers did it, and they had Aaron Rodgers down there pointing like a model. Like, what are we talking about?
The Chargers did it to get out the end zone.
Exactly. He even had the low line Ravens do it with Mark Andrews. Now, did it work and was it stupid? Yes, but did they do it?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Josh Allen did it twice in the field.
Yep.
Uh, you can do the tush push. You doing all his crying about flags and whatnot. I'm like, bro, get that defense back together. You done fell off a cliff. Stop worrying about what the Eagles are doing in the tush push and get your crap back together.
Hmm.
You were doing good. You hadn't been on this final burn thing since before the season.
Yeah.
Let's make this our first and last trip to the final burn segment for you. I have a feeling it won't be because he talked too much and he liked to hear what he got to say. He likes to hear himself, and he got Twitter fingers.
Hmm.
Now
And
the mainstream NFL media, they're gonna catch their little twos. I'm so sick and tired of hearing Darren Orlowski and all these other people talk about the Titans who don't know or pay attention to the Titans enough to really say anything worth a damn.
mhm.
I'm kind of tired. Kyle Brandt did it on Good Morning Football, but that was a long time ago, and this is really getting a little bit annoying. If you're gonna sit here and talk about small market teams, bring their beat reporter on. It's not that hard. You can get Teron Davenport. He's been on Get Up and whatnot before.
Don't they literally employ?
Yes. So why
They
are we
literally
not talking
employ
about
reporters for each team. Like, yeah.
yeah, Teron Davenport is literally the ESPN correspondent for the Titans. Why can't you get him on First Take or NFL Live or something like that? Instead of just spewing stupid crap with misinformed and biased takes, and I'm getting tired
Mhm.
of hearing it.
Yep.
Is it fun when they like to poke fun at the Cowboys? Yes. Of course it's fun. But y'all spend so much time talking about Dallas that you don't give small market teams and other teams the actual airtime to get actual good information out. Instead, when you do talk about them, it's stupid misinformation that's easily provable, disprovable.
Hmm. And the media ready to crucify Jalen because he threw an interception. That's his first one in like 400 games or
Right.
something.
The Eagles' problem is they're having an identity issue as well as the Ravens. That's really what it comes down to. They need to pick what team they want to be and then work there.
Hmm.
But I'm just sick and tired of it. Like they did it with Will Levis, you did it with Tannenhill. I'm not finna sit here. We're not finna go into this Cam Ward era with y'all spewing stupid stuff that's misinformed. at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because all they're going to do is sit on there and hate on Jokic, and because their brother got punked, and glaze the other one another. Absolutely not. I just feel like if you're gonna be a sports journalist, I feel like you need to prioritize paying attention to a little bit of everything and a little bit of everybody instead of just ragging on the Cowboys for 40 minutes. 20 minutes of those rants could literally be used on the AFC South or anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all waste a lot of time. And then you wonder why people don't take y'all serious.
Yep. I mean, look, speaking of Orlovsky, his coaching suggestions for Tennessee told me all I needed to know.
Are
That
retarded.
man
I'm
threw
sorry,
out
stupid.
Mike McCarthy and
Oh God, no.
yeah, he's
Like,
like
do
Mike
you not
McCarthy
pay
needs a guy I call right away. For what?
do you not pay attention to the beat of Titans fans to even sit here and recommend that Arthur Smith be our head coach? What are you
Yep.
smoking? We ran him out of town. The hell you mean?
Didn't Orlovsky say Munkin too?
Yeah, and why would I want that hot mess? If I'm getting out of Callahan and his Mickey Mouse coaching, why would I want Mickey Mouse Jr.? Like, Charles Barkley has room to talk because on TNT, all they do is crack jokes, insult people, and talk about the Lakers. So there's that.
Yeah,
Ragging on
yeah,
JJ. And then
yeah. That's
finally
true.
I don't want to hear anything. Charles Barkley needs to stop being a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, you're joining ESPN to end those said hypocrites.
That I mean I think their first show is it Wednesday, I guess?
Thursday?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. They're gonna do their pregame and postgame thing. I kind of want to see what that looks like.
They still gonna be the same as just on ESPN.
No, I'm just saying, like, are they gonna change? Because, like Jory said, at the end of their time with TNT, it got tough for me to watch postgame because they would do a highlight package, and Ernie was a saint. The man was trying to do a job, and Ernie would fire up a package, and then Barkley would be like, "Oh, we gotta watch this game again." It's like, that's your job. And then the highlights will be rolling.
Acting like he got ADHD.
Yeah, and
And
that's like
those two be on back of the classroom
yes.
energy.
And Shaq literally was just there just to feed Barkley stuff so that he could just start laughing at him. And then Kenny's there. Like, Kenny's supposed to be like the middleman, but a lot of times Kenny was quiet.
I'm sorry, the Galveston was the funniest one.
Yes.
And Derek White's hairline.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? The fact that Stephen A jumped in on that, I was like, you got some nerve. When your daughter be up there dogging you, which get her on TV more. She's hilarious. But he got in on that, and I was like, he must not be looking in the mirror. Pat McAfee show. I mean,
yeah, P-Mac do talk about everybody.
And I appreciate that, but Pat McAfee done did something to my other head coach, and I'm like, when do we see Nick Saban standing on tape?
Oh, that was hilarious.
That's true. Yeah. You're hearing very little about OKC right now.
Let my Lakers think in peace.
Right. But obviously, if they do stink, like you said, Stephen A will talk every day. Is this it for LeBron? They need to move LeBron. LeBron doesn't deserve this. And just like, okay.
I gotta watch him
Talk
on the
about his
pivot.
list and why they haven't won a championship since my mama was born.
I gotta watch him on the pivot. He's on there again.
Who?
Stephen A.
I'm good. I'm tired of that little lumpy head shaped loud now.
Hey, the other day I saw the Law and Order episode with Stephen A.
Yeah, he died in the first 5 minutes, but yeah.
Good.
I'm like, hey, man, do your thing. Stephen A will be like, go New York, go, yeah.
Until they flame out, and then it's gonna be
Yeah, he was the biggest Yankees fan. And then they lost. He hasn't talked baseball since. But now we got to deal with him with the Knicks all year.
He needs to talk about them and why they haven't won a championship since my mama was born.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's so much to talk about with these leagues. That's why I'm like, the new stuff with NBC and all that. I hope they don't fall into that trap of just focusing on a couple of teams. Talk about the Pistons. Talk about, well, I guess the Bucks kind of get talked about enough, but like talk about the Pistons, talk about the Magic, talk about the Spurs. Like, spread it out. Show some love there.
Lakers alone.
Yes, of course he wants Giannis in New York. He wants everybody. That's the thing that really got me going with Stephen A. He wants every free agent in New York, Miami, or LA, and then he's like, well, that's where I want the finals to be because those are the cities I have the most fun in. Well, I don't care about your preference.
Right.
I'm glad Giannis is still in Milwaukee. We'll see how long he's there, but
He's gonna be there for a while. They signed his brother.
Yeah, but then we have to get used to now. Giannis will be back in troll mode because he loves doing that. He loves throwing out little rumors and stuff and hidden messages. Talk about, yes, teams and players. I don't need LeBron talk 365 either.
Spend their segment talking about Boston ragging on Jaylen Brown. Leave him alone.
Mm-hmm. Rockets will get it because they have
seasons. I was pretty much a half Boston fan, and you know that's blasphemy.
Yes. Yeah, top of the Rockets will get recognition because KD's there, and they'll talk KD.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers, I don't know. With Halliburton gone, they probably won't talk about them a lot, even though Carlisle is one of the top coaches in the league. So there is that. But you know what? We will definitely talk about all the teams that need to be talked about. We will do that on here during the NBA season for sure. You won't catch us just locking in on a couple of teams. Yeah, that's final burn. That's kind of how we end our show. You guys have anything want to add before we get out of here?
Oh, Jori Sports Stories is rebranding, so stay tuned. I got some exciting things. It'll be another pod. I'll have 2 podcasts under one thing, so look for that. Blog articles will be out sometime this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See y'all next week.
Yes. Key?
Nothing really. I mean, do some watch alongs on my channel. Actually tomorrow I'm doing Tennessee and Tennessee. Who play tomorrow? Tennessee and Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, I'm doing that game tomorrow. Eagles, Minnesota Sunday, and then doing the Monday night game as well. So stay tuned. I'm sure 72 will be back. Just trying to figure out a day.
Mm-hmm. So chat, I did put the show's Discord in there. So, you guys are free to join it. Get more talk with us when we're not live. You'll get, obviously, when we do articles and stuff, you'll be able to see them on there as well. So if you go ahead, hit that link, join the server, you pop in there, say what's up, let us know you're in there, and we will definitely have some fun with you guys.
I want y'all to know, if y'all do join, I'm extremely talkative.
Oh, she's hilarious. I think we're going to we were talking about it, the different emojis and stuff. See if y'all can guess. So we got some fun things, coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I dead ass was supposed to do that today, and I forgot.
We'll save it for next week.
Next week.
Yeah, save it for next week. We had a lot of fun today. Oh, see, put the link in there. I see Tapa joined. Well, welcome to the Discord, Tapa. So yeah, we will definitely be talking with you all in there. But yeah, so make sure you check out articles and everything that are on there. Jory's working on one. I have one in the works as well that I'll try to have finished up this weekend. And yeah, till next Friday, where we'll be back with some more fun. Okay. Kurum just joined too. Okay. But yeah, so we'll mainly be in there a lot during like game days and stuff like that. So you guys are free to talk in there as well. If you have questions for us on the show, topics you want us to talk about, you could drop them in there as well. Like we just love talking to you guys.
And I'm more unhinged on Discord than I am on here. So please be aware of that.
Right. We keep it friendly on here. In there, all bets are off.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'll be in there a little bit after this show if you guys want to talk. So
yeah, I don't sleep, so don't matter.
Sleeping is overrated. But no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, appreciate all of you. Like I said, top of curtain. Appreciate you joining the Discord. Make sure you are back here next week for another edition of Passion and Precision, where you already know you're gonna get the rants, the fun, the picks, the good talk. So thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week. All right, bye.